so good to have you with us today. We hope you've had a great week and excited to be back at Kids Church again. It makes me sad every week that we can't be together, but I am so glad that I can still come to you in your houses and talk to you, and we can have fun and we can play games and we can do all of those other crazy things. So today we're going to be carrying on with our Go Wild series, and we are so excited to be talking to you today about another animal, but all will be revealed. So here at Factory, it is officially time for Kids Church. G'day children, so good to see you. It's so good to be back with you today for another episode of Zookeeper News. That is right, my name is Zoe Zookeeper and you are listening to Zoe Zookeeper News. I've been working in this zoo for many years and know all of the animals we have and many interesting facts. So today I am reporting to you from somewhere very exciting. I am in the ostrich enclosure. That is right, we have many ostriches here down at the zoo, and my favourite ostrich is, I can't remember his name. My favourite ostrich is Orange the ostrich. That's right, we have called an ostrich Orange because when you've got many animals in the zoo, it's quite easy to run out of name suggestions and ideas. So if you have any ideas for names, please send them in, because I really don't like that we call the ostrich Orange. We've resorted to colours for our animals. Anyway, ostriches, I have to hide from the ostriches because one of the things you need to know about ostriches is that they are very, very fierce and that they can actually really hurt you. So I am here hiding in a tree because I don't want the ostrich to see me. Anyway, who wants to hear some interesting facts about the ostrich? Amazing. Fact number 1 is that ostriches have 3 stomachs. That is right, 3 stomachs. Now, isn't that amazing? I mean, I have 1 stomach and I like food, but I would like 3 stomachs so I never, ever, ever get full. Sorry, it's just something going on. Did you know that the ostrich is the largest bird in the world? The largest bird. Gosh, it's windy, isn't it, today? The largest bird in the world. That is right. Sorry, Orange heard me. I'm just going to hide for a second. An ostrich. It can't fly, so it's a bird that doesn't fly, but it runs really, really fast. Now, ostriches they eat roots and leaves and flowers. They're actually vegetarians. And finally, ostriches like to put their head in the ground. Now, many people believe that they put their head in the ground to hide from things trying to attack them. Now, maybe they do. But we know that ostriches lay their eggs in the ground. So when they put their head in the ground, that's because they're checking out their eggs. But they maybe do put their heads in the ground. Oh, did you see that? Oh, just got in my mouth. Maybe they do put their eggs in the ground. Maybe they do put their heads in the ground just to escape. I just don't know. But you will see an ostrich with their head in the ground. It's not because they're scared, even though people think it's because they're scared. It's because they're checking out their eggs. Anyway, Orange is on her way, and I'm not going to lie, she scares me a little bit, so I'm going to go. Bye, children. See you next week for Zookeeper News. Hi, Orange.
We're going to the zoo. How about you can come too. We're going to the zoo.
Joke of the day.
How'd the bees get to school?
On a school bus.
Joke of the day.
Hello, Hero Factory. It is now time for our big answer. That is right. It's time to get into the Word of God, which is the Bible, and learn more about God and about Jesus and about what the Bible says about lots of different things. Now, you're already probably thinking, what has an ostrich got to do with the Bible? Now, let me tell you, there's a lot that we can learn from the ostrich, but let's have a little recap. So over the last couple of weeks, we've been looking at lots of different animals. We had the zebra, who is unique, that you will never see a zebra the same as another zebra. We then had the turtles, who have a lot of patience, and how actually we need to make sure that we are being people who are always patient. We then had the elephants, who actually are pretty strong animals, but they are stronger when they are together, and actually we are stronger when we're together. And then last week we learned about the butterflies and how they start out as a caterpillar and they turn into a butterfly, and how every single one of us is a new creation. Now today we are going to be carrying on with our Go Wild series, and we're going to be looking at the ostrich. Now, one of the things that Zoe said, which I found really funny and really interesting, was that the ostriches stick their head in the ground a little bit like this. Now, many people think that the reason why the ostrich sticks his head in the ground is because it's trying to hide from scary situations. Maybe it's another animal trying to attack them. Maybe somebody's coming towards them and they're a little bit worried. Now, that makes sense, because if you are scared, you do want to hide away. But the ostrich putting its head in the ground, I mean, it's going to see the rest of its body, isn't it? Anyway, the reason why the ostrich does put its head in the ground is because that's where he buries all of his eggs. But this got me thinking, how many times in our lives are we a little bit like the ostrich? Maybe something scary is happening. Maybe you're a little bit worried or a little bit anxious. Now, anxious is when we have a funny feeling in our tummy and we just feel so scared and worried and nervous. Maybe it's going back to school. Maybe you have to do something and you're a little bit scared about what people might think. Maybe it's going to football class or going to your friend's house for the first time. Maybe it's your spellings or reading out loud. We all have things that we are scared of. Now, sometimes when we're scared and when we're worried, we like to hide away. And we like to make sure people don't see us. And we like to try and run away from those things that make us scared. Now, in the Bible, there was a man who did exactly this, and his name was Gideon. Now let's listen and watch and see a little bit more of Gideon's life.
Gideon was part of God's special family, the Israelites. Because he loved them, God rescued the Israelites over and over again. And over again, the Israelites disobeyed God. But even though the Israelites forgot about God, he never forgot about them. God had a plan to rescue his people, and he would use Gideon to do it. A group called the Midianites attacked the Israelites for 7 years. God told Gideon he would use him to defeat the Midianites. Gideon wasn't very confident in himself, so he asked God to perform a few miracles to be really sure. God did those miracles. Gideon was convinced, and he put together an army of 30,000 men to fight the Midianites. But God wanted Gideon to know the size of the army doesn't matter. It's God that matters. So he told him to make the army smaller, and smaller again, and then even smaller. When Gideon whittled the army down to 300 men, God said Gideon was ready to fight. And even though it looked like the Israelites were too small to protect themselves, God had a plan. Gideon's teensy 300-man army surprised the thousands of Midianites. They were so scared that they ended up attacking each other. Gideon trusted God when everything seemed impossible. He was brave and listened to God, and God saved Gideon and the Israelites again. And that's just a little bit about Gideon.
So Gideon was from the lowest of the lowest of the lowest tribes. His family was like really poor and one of the lowest families at the time. And he was pretty scared. He was pretty worried. These Midianites, who were horrible people, had been attacking them for so long. And he was so scared and he was so worried. So much so that he hid away so nobody could see him. But when he was hiding away, the angel of the Lord came and spoke to him and said this. In Judges 6 verse 12 it says, the angel of the Lord appeared to him and said, mighty hero, the Lord is with you. Now, he may have been scared and he may have been worried about what might happen and about the Midianites. But when the angel of the Lord came and spoke to him and said that you are a mighty hero, this changed something inside of Gideon. Now, in our lives, there's going to be situations where we're all scared. Now, I'm not going to lie. Speaking to you on a camera like this is really scary. What happens if people look at me or laugh at me, or people think it's silly and people think it's not very good? What happens if I make a mistake? What happens if I say something wrong? And when I think about all these things, it makes me scared and worried and anxious and have that funny feeling in my tummy, so much so that I want to run away and I want to hide and I want to not make these videos. But I need to remember what God says. And when God looks at me, he sees a hero. He sees somebody who is brave, who is bold, and who doesn't need to be scared of anything, because God is always with me. In our lives, there's going to be situations, Hero Factory, that scare us. And there's going to be times when we want to hide away and run away. Maybe it's the dark, maybe it's snakes, maybe it's people or people in your life who you're scared of. It may be friends or horrible people at school who are not very nice to you. There's going to be situations where we're all going to be scared and we're going to want to run away and hide. But we need to remember what God says. And when God looks at you, he sees a mighty hero. That's right, every single one of you is a hero, and that is how God has made you to be. You don't need to be scared, you don't need to be worried, you don't need to be anxious or scared about what might happen, because God is always with you. And when God is with you, you don't need to be scared about anything. That's right. So today's big answer is, I am a mighty hero. Can everyone say that after me? I am a mighty hero. That's right, you are a mighty hero. Just like Gideon was scared and didn't know what to do when these scary Midianites came along, and he hid away. When God spoke to him, it changed something, and Gideon went on to lead that army and do amazing things. Now the ostrich, it might put its head in the ground to hide away from all the things that are going to scare it. It might be just because that's where it lays its eggs. We will never know, because we don't speak ostrich, do we? I mean, I don't speak ostrich. Do you speak ostrich? I mean, how does an ostrich even sound? That's how an ostrich sounds. That's how an ostrich sounds. But the thing is even if the ostrich does put its head in the ground, hiding from what is maybe scaring us isn't always gonna work. So Hero Factory, this week I want you to spend some time, maybe with your mums and dads or who you live with, talking about the things that you might be scared or worried about, that you know you might be hiding from. And remember that you are a hero and you do not need to be scared or worried about anything, because God is always with you. So today we are going to pray. Father God, I thank you so much for this day. I thank you for this opportunity that we can meet together like this. And Father, I thank you for the story of Gideon. And I just pray that you will just be reminding us so much so that you have made us a mighty hero. And we do not need to be scared or worried about anything because you are with us. And everybody said, Amen. Can you say amen? Amen. Can you say it as loud as you can? Amen. That's right. God is with us, so we do not need to fear or be scared because God is always with us, and every single one of us is a mighty hero. Game time, everyone say game time. Did you say game time? Because I couldn't hear you. Should we do it again? I'm just gonna have to sing again. Game time, everyone say game time. Amazing, I heard you that time. So it's officially time of Kids Church to play a game. Now this game's going to be a little bit different. The idea of this game is what's going to happen is I'm going to put some pictures of animals up on the screen for 40 seconds. That's right, 1 elephant, 2 elephant, 3 elephant, 4 elephant, 5 elephant, 6 elephant, 7 elephant. I could be hero thinking. You get the drift, 40 seconds. Now what's going to happen in that 40 seconds, you have to try and remember everything you see on the screen. Now there's going to be lots of animals dressed as superheroes, so what you need to do is maybe remember the superheroes, remember the animals, remember everything that you see, and then I'm going to take it off the screen. Then with your paper and your pen, so remember if you need a paper and pen, pause now, go get it, and then make sure you come back. Well, with your paper and pens you have got 40 seconds, or I'll give you a minute, however long you want. I want you to write down as many animals and as many superheroes as you can remember. Now, if you can remember all of them, then incredible. If you can only remember a few, then that's fine, because we just want you to add your points to all of your other points from the week before. And in a few weeks' time, I'm going to be asking you to send in how many points you have collected over the last couple of weeks. So we're going to put the pictures up, see what you can remember, write it down, draw it if you can't write, I don't mind, just do whatever you need to do. Now the thing with this game, Hero Factory, is I don't want any cheating. Now, I'm not actually there to make sure that you don't cheat. I am here where I am right now, not watching you cheat, but I need to trust that you will not wind back and check the animals. It all has to be from memory. So, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, so we've got a bear, a pig, a hippo, a crocodile, a cat, a rabbit, a dog, an elephant, a hedgehog maybe, a raccoon, another bunny and another panda. I mean, there looks like there's 3 bunnies there, but I think one of them must be a dog. Anybody got any other suggestions what the blue one is in the corner with the red cape? I don't know. Sorry, Hero Factory. Incredible. Now I have to be honest, I did do that game myself and I found it pretty hard. So if you got more than 3 points, then you are a genius. Anyway, remember your points, add it to all of your scores. I'll be finding out what your scores are in a few weeks' time. And that is it for today's game. We will be back next week with another one. Challenge time, it's a time for a challenge. Time for a challenge, it's time for a challenge. We all love a challenge. It's time to... Okay, I'll stop because you know how much I love to sing. It is officially time for another challenge. That's right, we've had make an elephant, we've had create a butterfly, we've had make something out of Play-Doh, we've had make something out of the snow. Now today's challenge is a little bit different. So today we've been talking about ostriches and how ostriches put their head in the ground. Now lots of people think it's because they want to hide, but it isn't. It's because they're checking on their eggs. But this got me thinking that actually, Hero Factory, I want to see a picture of you guys hiding in your best hiding places. So here's a few examples. Wow, aren't they hilarious? So what I want you to do is, after Kids Church is finished, get your mum and dad to get their phone and their camera and all of those things, and I want you to go and hide somewhere. It could be out on your walk, it could be in your house. I want them to take a picture and send it in, and next week we want to show everybody on Kids Church all of your hiding places, and the best hiding place will win a hiding place award. That is right, we have got an award for the best hiding place, so we cannot wait to see them. So that is this week's challenge. Yay! I'm back. I'm gonna go and hide and take a picture. Bye everyone. So that is it for another edition of Kids Church. We are so sad that it's over again for another week, but fear not. I said fear not, because we will return next week with a whole host of surprises and games and more animals and more fun and more challenges and more just everything. We are so excited for next week. So make sure you come back here next Sunday, and while your parents are enjoying church, you get to come here and watch Kids Church. Anyway, this week, lots of people have been sending in their butterfly challenge. So here are a few of them for you to see. So first up we have Tabby, who made these incredible biscuits. Look at them. And then Ewan, that's a kite and a butterfly, and Ella's beautiful butterfly. Incredible. Just a reminder that we have got prizes and they will be coming to you as soon as possible. Anyway, that is it for Kids Church this week. We are so sad, but we'll be back next week. So make sure you are here. Have yourself a great week. I just hit myself in the face.